Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit. All right, man. Today we got M3 in here, Stanley Joseph. We got Wally in here. I had to pull Wally in, man. Had to get my boy back in here. But today, man, we got some good. What was that?
I might hear myself doing this. Y'all gonna invite me to crime.
But Wally, just to let you know, we get wild. Just feel free to drop off, because you will be getting canceled with us.
Of course. We all know this is gonna be toxic. You know what I'm saying? It ain't Talking Tuesday.
Hey Wally, if it starts getting hot, you're like, oh shit. Just hit the play like your internet froze up and drop.
Now we got his face now, because normally Wally just hide behind his little emblem. Now it's like, hey lady.
Well, Wally smart. Wally be played it. Wally be like, oh hell no.
No. See. If I behind the emblem, it's because no one required me to be cammed up. Thank you very much.
Shout out to Wally. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, ladies, check it out. You see how he said that with authority, like he's a.
No, he did. He saw that.
True. Literally, how much times did Ben 3 really ask me to cam up?
Well, look, ladies, he got that full beard. It's cold outside, and sometimes heat.
See, you got to understand, right? Wally's a player, though, right?
Oh, I sense it.
Yeah, not just like an Xbox player, though, but he be playing like the real life game as well, too. See, behind that the little door that he has, right? He got like a chick that's hiding. He told, look, bitch, don't you move, don't you breathe.
See.
Right?
He said Wally was like,
shut
up.
Don't be playing around these blurs. They be having like 3 women doing polygamy relationships. Be acting all like, did I do that? And it's like, yeah, you did, sir. You got 4 of these women pregnant. And you got
not mine.
But all right, we'll go ahead. We'll jump into the first topic. So today, man, it's going to be known as the herpes episode, because 2 of our breakdowns is going to be about some herpes related topics. Stan hooked us up. So, the ear to the street. So the first topic today is pastor gives woman in his congregation herpes. So Reverend Ralph D. West II or Jr., whatever, was ordered to pay $2.45 million. So he's the son of Texas mega church pastor. And the name of that church is the Church Without Walls in Houston. So, man, Houston is wild.
Wait, Church Without Walls?
Yeah, the Church Without Walls. Yeah, I was like, man, they might need to put up more walls going on in that place.
Right.
You get the irony in that one.
No, hell no.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, that sounds like a club and shit.
Right.
And it's in Houston. But let me go ahead. Let me pull up the video because, man, this was a crazy story. Yeah, the Church Without Walls. They probably got like a disco ball in that motherfucker, some fog machine.
Yeah, he looks sus.
Prominent pastor Ralph West to pay a woman he allegedly gave herpes $2.4 million. Abigail Dye has more.
Back in 2017, I know that you say West reached out to you on Facebook. Let's start there. What happened?
Yeah, back in 2017, I had received several notifications from him. Some of them were like pokes, things of that nature.
I want to stop.
I eventually responded, and then from there, he introduced himself. I didn't know of him. I didn't know of anything that he did. Didn't know of the ministry. And then that's when he told me, he knew he'd been watching me for a while, and that he was a fan of mine, and we kind of just conversed and went from there.
Yeah. So just kind of an online back and forth relationship.
I got to pause real quick. My man bagging joints off of Facebook. he said, damn, Christian mingles, whatever. He said, I ain't paying for it.
I'm going to say this. You can meet a lot of women on Facebook. It is so easy.
So Facebook is the true dating app.
Yes. Because what you do is like big post. And I can like offend somebody's response, and then she respond back, and I respond back. Then we could take it to the private chat on the messaging, and then she could follow me. And I can't accept any more friends because I think I got like 5,000 friends. I already reached my cap, but I can take unlimited follows.
Oh, okay.
I know a lot of people. But I ain't sit with them.
Damn, 5,000 friends. So do you like rotate a couple out? Like,
no,
you don't.
There. Nah. I have this saying that I used to teach kids, like when I worked in as a social
Teach them
worker.
what? How to pick up chicks on Facebook?
No. I always tell them like this: you are not McDonald's. 1 billion not be served under your arches. And that's how I have to treat Facebook. Because
Stan ain't tripping. He got multiple accounts anyway. Oh, 5,000 reached my limit. I'm gonna create a new account. Get 5,000 more.
You can't do that on Facebook because you have to have a separate cell phone, and then somehow Facebook will merge it. So you can't really do crazy stuff on Facebook.
Don't you have two phones?
Yeah, but like it's somehow like they'll follow each other. They'll send a suggestion, and the next you know, if I post a photo of myself, they do facial recognition, and then they merge it.
So Facebook technically snitching on people.
Oh yeah.
So you're just stuck with those 5,000.
Yes.
Like that ain't a lot of numbers.
But my dad, he uses Facebook dating like a lot, and he began his women that way too though. So
yeah,
he tried to put me on game on that one too, but I'm like, hey man, when the time comes,
Marketplace, you meet a lot of women on Facebook Marketplace. It's like, are you a trainer? Because I saw that you was looking up for the price for this bench, and I'm like, you live nearby? Because it's all by proximity. Like it's like they look at that and they go in your profile and then they like want to chat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But here's something I have to call cap on her stuff. Like if somebody's chatting with me, I will go through their profile and look.
Yeah, you caught how she was like, I didn't know he was a pastor. I'm like, like you said, you ain't had no curiosity. Like you chatting back, but you ain't look.
Yeah.
On a social media platform, I'm definitely looking at your profile.
And also you get a chance to see how many people, and the great thing about Facebook, you'll see how many people you're connected to. So if you guys have similar friends, right? For me, if I see that we have like 10 people that we're connected to, I'm not going to talk to you. My cutoff point is like 3 or 5.
Damn, you got a philosophy for everything, man. You vetted out here in these. So why is the 4 or 5 number versus 10?
Oh man, because then I know like, okay, this person from this job, so this one is not really a friend. And I haven't seen this person in 10 years, right? It depends on the level of friends. I'm like, oh, this one is from church. We can't talk. So that's why I look around. I'm like, okay, you're the one. You're like this one. You're a friend in Miami that you connect to, but you live in Texas and you move into the Bay. So I'm like, okay, you're safe. But we have no connections. For me, it's a green light.
Okay, I got you. Shout out to Stan with the philosophies. But let me play the video.
Wally quiet?
Wally said, I ain't stepping into this one. I ain't about to give y'all game.
Wally still got to entertain that chick that's behind that room.
So
you ain't tried out Facebook yet, Wally?
I don't do none of that garbage.
You better get loaded up on the game. This pastor right here pulling.
Wait, but before you play the video, SJ, my question is, okay, do you know like what type of herpes is it? Is it like like herpes around the lips or genital herpes?
They didn't get that deep. It's probably the one around the genital areas. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because remember his churches are without walls, so
yeah, walls, mega church.
I'm sorry.
Right, let me see it because they might reveal it. Yeah, I didn't dig into details, but I think she might give a little bit of clues. But let me see.
Relationship. When did it turn from that into a physical relationship?
So we conversed via social media. I'll say about a month.
About a month.
And then within that month's time, he wanted to exchange and talk more telecommunication, phone,
Yeah.
So from just the social media, we ended up having telephone conversations. And then from there, we started dating, and we dated about 2 years.
And so while y'all were talking, you said you didn't know he was a pastor or anything, but obviously during that time you figured that out and you ended up attending a church service. Was the fact that he was a man of God, was that part of what drew you to him? Are you strong in your faith?
So
I got to pause, man. So do you? This is probably messed up, but do you think, like, man, she tried to like add on some time to like make it like a month to make it sound like it was longer because she knew it sounded like it looked like she was like self-edited, like, oh shit, I gotta say this. How she gonna ask this question about how long it took?
Probably took like 2 weeks.
I think she's playing this smart. She got to because of the lawsuit. Because you don't want to, you know, she's on TV. This could be used against her if she's not.
Well, I think she already cashed out, so I think she's doing the after interviews maybe.
But I think she still gotta be careful.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so they can still come after her.
Yeah.
2 years in, but okay, after 2 months of knowing each other, 2 years, y'all started dating. You trying to tell me 2 years? You didn't bother to ask what he do? Get out of here. Get out of here. That's trash.
No, because even like, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, even during that month, she's like, well, when did you find out? I'm like, so, typically you're gonna lead up with like you said, Stan, you're gonna be messaging a little bit, then eventually you're gonna do like some phone calls and go on some dates. It's like, man, y'all ain't never like brought up like, hey, what do you do for work? That's not like a primary question and shit.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think she was capping, man.
Yeah, and here's the thing: like he's a minister of a mega church, and I don't know if you guys been to Texas before.
Yeah, I've been to Texas.
Okay, their idea of a small church is 5,000 members. Those mega churches in Texas are no joke. They look like colleges, and I'm just like, and
those be the cats be on private jets and shit, right?
Yeah,
those...
I mean, in this conversation, that stuff was big, and he's just only the. Those mega churches are no joke in Texas. Like they really love church. And I mean, she was dating him for 2 years, but doesn't mean that he wasn't dating other women because he got status. Like he's part of a mega church.
So he's almost a celebrity.
So
I know even some of these like reviews we've been doing, yeah, a lot of them, like the one that was what was it, Megan Good? He was like married to, and then Shaq's wife, that dude's a pastor.
Oh, he's
yeah, but they ain't pimping though. Not like this guy. They ain't pimping like this guy.
But it does seem like she's trying to play like, I mean, he's definitely screwed up, so don't get it twisted. But it seems like she's definitely like trying to put some innocence to her, like doing, because like you said, I mean, first of all, a month ain't too long. Then also, like you said, it's like, man, you ain't asked no questions about him being a pastor. So yeah, that's already some flags with her.
And let's look at the body language, right? The body language, she's wearing all white, crossing her legs, holding her hands together. She's making sure their hair is cascaded over the shoulder. So there's like a level of innocence that's there.
You said cascade.
Yeah, I have to.
You paint a hell of a picture. Was she going for like an angelic look? That's what you saying?
Yes.
Okay.
And also redemption. So she's
redemption,
relatable.
like, because she knew she fucked up a little bit.
Yeah, and also
what I hear so far.
What's that again, Wally?
There ain't no redemption what I hear so far, because you can't tell me 2 months, let alone 2 years, and you never thought to ask, what do you do?
Yeah, Wally, that's what made me stick out. When she said that, I'm like, damn.
I ain't gonna lie. The pastor could have easily said too. He could have said something else, like, oh, I do something else. Because granted, you don't want to put that attention to you. You feel me? You want to make sure you do what you do, but without, letting people know what you really are. Because I ain't gonna lie, there ain't no way you can tell me that you allow a pastor out of all people do this. Okay.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, like, a mega church pastor is a celebrity in town. Like, people gonna know who you are because they got the billboards, you're on TV, and also your members. Because if you're a member, like a mega church, I think it will classify a mega church is in the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of members. So when you're around town, like somebody's gonna say like, "Hey, pastor," or whatever, and just talk to you. You're a celebrity, so again, I mean that's why she's wearing what she's wearing, which is very smart. And then she don't want people to come after her. Very smart. I don't know who her PR person is, but they did a great job.
They ain't do too good with that line of questioning with her responses. Shit. Because like it's just crazy. Because like you said, man, I just don't see going beyond a week. Like talk, even like just getting to know somebody talking, man. I'm not gonna ask what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm just like that's what's crazy to me. But let me press play.
I am strong in my faith. My family I came from a very Christian background. I did not know he was a pastor prior to him, reaching out
and everything. Yeah.
So we learned about each other over the course of time. I'm used to being in ministry, and so I won't say, that drew me to him because he, my background is ministry, so I'm not, it was like what it is. What it is.
Yeah. And I feel like it almost gives you like a sense of trust in someone when you have similar backgrounds and you believe in the same things.
Correct.
And so
she removing all accountability from her.
So she comes from faith, but you're trying to tell me in all the transactions of what you've been dealing with within 2 years.
Preach, Wally.
What faith did this man? This man must be smooth as an operator. The pastor is the new pimp. It's fact.
But yeah, no, they went to the trust element, man. That's what, man, like I said, dude's a dirtbag. But it's just like, man, if your background is like what'd she say, theology or religion and stuff like that, it's like, man, you ain't maneuvering like such. So yeah, she's trying to like low key bypass the accountability part where it's just like, well, we had the trusting and all that. I'm like, man, come on.
I'm gonna have to call cap on this one for her. Because ministers know about each other, and especially you live in Texas. Like,
and yet you don't even know your own hierarchy. God damn.
And somebody around her church will know about this guy. Like, it's not, saying ministers know about each other. It's like, you can't go around hiding that you're dating a minister. So then the question is, were you really dating a minister, or were you one of the many women in his stable?
Do you think like maybe she's trying to play dumb, but she kind of like low key maybe was targeting him too? How that like some people see somebody's status and they're like, I don't want to seem too thirsty or something like that. So let me play naive and stuff, like I don't know who you are type of thing.
On this one, I'm going to put on the guy, right? Because the whole thing, like when you're a minister, one, you're a celebrity, and two, there's a level of trust that people will go ahead because you're a minister and you're appointed by God, quote unquote, you're appointed by God, that you're not going to hurt me like anybody else or everybody else. There's a trust there. So yes, this guy, he did his part. On her part, what I'm seeing is more of like, if your family is in ministry, then somebody else in your family or somebody in your group would have known about this guy and probably warned you, because that's one thing I know about ministers. I'm not a PK kid, but I'm a Pentecostal kid. And I do know that people know about other people's churches and who's running what and how they run. So like there's never a secret. Like there's no like, sister code when it's come. No, they'll tell you like don't go to him.
No, Stan makes 2 great points, because if you literally are the pastor of the church and you're the leader of that church, you would think in the same image as you stand as God, you'll be honest and truthful about who you are to the person that you're talking to. And you failed in that part. But even in the same sense of what Stan also said about the woman, you could have asked around if they know who he is at the moment he said his name to you.
Yeah, but I think like probably like once she found out like, okay, his occupation, I think that's where she kind of let her guard down. Which unfortunately that was her mistake. You know, um, some women are like that. When they see a pastor, teacher, or pimp, any man that's in a powerful position, like they automatically fall into like that type of trust. Oh, he's a good man because he's doing God's work. So there's no need for me to question who he really is.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my man ain't disclosed his herpes and stuff too. So yeah, he's definitely a piece of shit for that. Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't disclose that to somebody anyways, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, look, Enter, I agree with you, but the only one part that I only slightly disagree on is because it's the after effect. Like, you knew about this after the fact of 2 months of talking, then 2 years in. So my thing is, again, like, why did it took you that long? And I'm not talking about her, I'm talking about the dude. Like, why it took you that long to announce yourself as such?
Nah, I think she had to know earlier, because it sounded like they try to like walk it back a little bit when at the second part where they were like they figured that she knew over time or something like that. I think that was the statement.
No, I understand she knew over time, but that's the thing, is like, even over time for her, but I'm still saying, like, even though as the man, you still should have pointed that, like, hey, I'm this. Like, I'm gonna just keep it straightforward, like, I'm this. Because again, your idea and your mind frame should be coming in as you're coming as a wholesome person, quote unquote.
Yeah, okay, I agree. I see what you're saying. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying, man. Like the first time, like I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, hey, man, what do you do? I do so and so. We have just a general conversation. Like I get it. Like even if you make money, but it's just like I'm not looking at it like somebody's gonna come in and use me because I'm not gonna give you shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I am gonna be honest who I am and what I do and stuff like that. I'm not gonna give you like a dollar amount, like my salary wise, but I'm gonna, I'm gonna give you a good indicator of like what I do and stuff, so you could connect the dots yourself. Because we're supposed to be both honest and stuff. So yeah, I agree with that, Wally. All right, let me put the video on. We ain't gonna watch the whole damn thing, but
around that time, like in 2017, is that when you became, the relationship turned sexual? Y'all started having intercourse?
I would say somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't recall the dates exactly, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it was a real relationship. You guys were
we
together.
Actually dated, and then from there, yes.
Yeah. And so we do actually have...
shout out to her, man. That's good journalism right there. Because she ain't come right out and say, hey, was y'all fucking? That's what she wanted to ask. Like, hey, she was like intercourse. And she let her like slide over. She could tell she was a little uncomfortable. She was like, okay, but y'all had a real relationship, didn't y'all? So yeah, shout out to her for journalism.
Constitute as a real relationship is consummation, aka fucking. So they were fucking.
Yeah,
now here's the thing, right? He's a minister, you're a ministry, y'all dating, y'all fucking, not married. Still working in church, 2 years of fucking, and probably, right, already having outbreaks.
And then what's even more interesting too? How long did he knew that he had herpes?
No, that's why he got the lawsuit, because he knew beforehand. He didn't disclose it to her. So yeah, my man came in knowing he had the the gift that keeps giving.
This is so crazy out here, man. Oh.
But like Wally, I mean not Wally, but Stan, kind of like going where you're going with it. What kind of makes it messed up is, hopefully they're not judgmental people, but it's just like, man, you're getting up on that what they call it, the pulpit, whatever. You're preaching to people. You're like, hey man, you need to get your life together. But meanwhile, man, you behind the scenes, you're maneuvering like this and stuff. So yeah, that's the messed up thing.
Yeah, but you know what? Then it comes about, they'll talk about that is part of being the man. We all sin, we all fall short. Just like David and Solomon and King Saul, women, like, it's hard, for a man to be faithful, especially a man of God, the pressure. And sometimes I need to relieve that pressure. And there she was, taking a bath.
And see, and this is why I don't trust religion. This is why I don't trust it. And there's always a safety net. Always.
But see, I trust religion. I just don't trust people too much, man. You gotta be guarded with them. Because I think sometimes, man, like even in her case, people see that like a status and they just automatically just be like trustworthy with that person. It's like, man, you don't know them from a can of paint, man. You know, like kind of stand saying like, man, they have their own flaws like you do. So I think people just put people on the pedestal without them earning that respect, or you know, you vetting them out and stuff. So yeah, nah, it's crazy dynamic. But let me
just before any woman come after us, right? There's the same thing could be done to a guy, right? And I think that's happened to a couple of guys, either just anybody, like opposite sex, same sex, trusting a minister. Look, even the angels of the Lord fall into sin and they give birth to Nephilims. Like, look, you're not dating Jesus, you're not dating God, because God would never go ahead and lead you this way of you're having unprotected sex, not getting married, and like you are just one of many. And that's the part I think the lawsuit is more about, is finding out that you weren't so special because there was other women that he was doing this to. And also, I did not know that that's a law. Like, you have to report that.
Yeah, you're supposed to disclose. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it shouldn't just be a law. It just should be natural. Like, hey, I had this.
I don't think it's natural, right? Like, if people cover up the outbreaks, they're like, okay, I'm safe. There's no outbreaks, and I could go have sex.
I agree with Wally. That's how it should be. But yeah, I think the shame with people, and people are so, man, self-centered, where it's like they want what they want.
If something did happen, when us know each other, I want to hit you with this. I'm telling you, hey, look, this is if you feel like, oh, why we haven't done this yet, here's the reason why ahead of time. Done.
Yeah.
Like,
but you're a good person though, Wally. And that's the issue.
That messes up people's lives. And plus you make hatred out of that. Because imagine someone did that to you. They came around, they didn't disclose that to you, you end up having it, then boom, you get it.
Oh yeah, I'm wilding out at that point. I'm gonna go drive myself straight to prison.
You got messed.
But here's the thing about herpes, right? Like herpes, it is normal because if you sleep with somebody, you get some form of herpes.
Yeah, I get all that. I
understand. Don't do that.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
You okay?
I ain't trying to get
hell no. Yeah.
It's a mess.
but hey, let me play a little bit more of this video because we're gonna go to that subject after this. That's actually the next topic, which you kind of hitting on, Stan. So
a soundbite from his deposition that he gave. He said that he never recalled having a conversation with you about STIs or any diseases at all. We'll go ahead and go to that soundbite.
Do you recall whether you told her during the spring of 2017 that you did not have any sexually transmitted diseases?
I don't recall telling her that.
Do you recall her asking you about that?
No.
Damn, my man was lying.
Okay, so he says that y'all never had the conversation about STIs. Did you have the conversation about STIs?
Yes, we had the conversation. He said he didn't recall. And during that deposition, he almost didn't recall anything. But yes, we definitely we
pleading the fifth like Al Capone and shit.
We exchanged beliefs. And then we had those conversations.
Yeah, just like any couple does.
Correct.
And I will say
you ain't asked about his job, but you had those conversations.
I think every question asked, nearly every question asked, he said he didn't recall.
Right. Yeah.
So, take me to the point where you realized you had contracted an STI.
Okay. So,
let me pause it real quick before we go in. Yeah, they about to start getting into the actual piece. But after this part, man, we'll jump into the next topic.
One thing about me, I kind of know my body, and if something within my health is out of the norm, I could pretty pinpoint that.
Yeah.
So after one of our, course of events, I started to notice that something just was not right.
And how long had y'all been like sexually active at this point? Like, had it been a while?
Real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
She circled back on that.
She said on a course of one of our many events. I want us to keep that in mind.
Okay.
You said one of many events.
Yes. So on the course of a plenty of unprotected sex.
Okay. I like how she used the event. So yeah, she definitely her, like you said, the publicist was like, "Hey, listen, use these words." Like,
so this was someone who you really felt like you trusted,
and just him, and
yeah.
I was in a relationship with him.
Yeah, not even a second thought about it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so go on. So you
so I noticed something wasn't right within a matter of days, and so I immediately made an appointment. And while waiting for my appointment, I even informed him, something is just not right,
Yeah. Just like you would with a boyfriend.
Yeah. And so after going to the doctor, they were able to determine by blood work that I was recently exposed and that I had the antibodies in my system.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you? I mean, what was your reaction?
I was blank. I was scared because I didn't know exactly what all come with that. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how it would affect my life. And then I just felt very, shamed, kinda. It was just very uneasy. During that time, I was into modeling, and so just not it.
What was modeling got to do with it?
Hold on. What kind of models we talking about?
She was an escort, probably like a sex worker talking about.
No, she's from ministry. Don't tell me she's doing OnlyFans. You from ministry?
No, just probably like what was that magazine back in the day, that Jet stuff
Jet
like
magazine.
that. You know, what I'm
Jet magazine been gone for like 10 years. Damn. There's no more page 36.
Oh,
so the Jet magazine, yeah, that man, I'm about to look up what was the last what was that, the 90s and shit? Yeah, the modeling minister, huh, boy? That's a hell of a spectrum, though. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, there's no way.
I wasn't a person that had self-esteem issues at all.
Yeah.
So during that little period of time, that did affect me mentally, emotionally, and so yeah.
You know what's so sad about this? And there are guys that will do that when something happens, and because they're going out, sleeping with multiple people, they test positive, they get the antibodies, but they don't tell their girlfriend or their wives that they had this thing.
yeah, that's crazy, man. And it just everybody going raw, man. Like, y'all better wrap up out here, because when you look at the numbers, man, shit, a lot of people got that, like you said, undetected. But I do feel bad for her, because I mean, just to come out, I definitely give her props, man, for being strong like that. Because I don't know if I'd be doing like interviews and shit like that. I'll definitely disclose it to people, but I ain't about to go on no like major news channel and shit be confessing.
I think she had to do because like she got to get that money, and I think there's gonna be other.
I mean, the check was more important to her, I guess, but to be honest with you, like
I think I'll pass on the money. Damn that, like.
But like
I ain't about to be going out there like that. I'll be like, I'm good. Like I'll work 2 jobs. Fuck that.
Right. But it baffles me, man, that people like they don't wrap it up to this day, and knowing that there's a whole bunch of unknown diseases that be going around. Like it doesn't hurt like to like wrap it up, to protect
be
yourself.
safe. Damn that.
But I think internally, right? All of us are old dirty bastards. Baby, I like it raw. Baby, I like it raw.
I mean, back in the day, man, like definitely when you're younger, you're reckless. But I mean, I think once you hit a certain age, man, when you just have access to information and you're like, man, you're hearing these numbers, you gotta be like, oh hell no.
The person is sound, so therefore we're making the decision to be this way because we're in a solid, committed relationship. we're not getting tested together. And that's the part that they did not do together. To have a conversation and again, trust somebody with your life. And this is not against the woman at all. Again, this happened for all men, women, non-binary. This is anybody having any relationship. But this is a part of like, you know, social work. Like all of us are, this happened to all of us. So like, yeah, you're in a relationship. You don't want to like, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want to be a bother or like, or to ruin the relationship because you have concerns. But this is your body. Like you have every right to like, yo, if we're gonna do this, you need to go get tested.
At least ask some damn questions. Like, man, the first week, I think, man, like if you just don't be mesmerized by somebody and stuff, I think that solves a lot too. But yeah, no, that's a good point, Stan.
Let's go in raw. I'm like, I'm sorry. No,
yeah,
no.
Nah.
No.
God damn it, I'm gonna be in there with a football helmet on, bulletproof vest, rubber.
I need to sign these documents.
You know, one of those like nuclear suits. Yeah, damn that, gloves and shit. They were like, damn, where you going?
And I wonder,
right,
right? Do we have access to her deposition? Did she sue him or she sued the church? Because that's that church.
They didn't give the specifics. It just said like she won the lawsuit. So I probably both, honestly.
She got money for it, but man.
Yeah, I could have been doing that. I could have went on that tour.
To the church, it had to be a combination because he's a part of it. So.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. Because like what Stan said.
What do you do at the regular job for 2.5?
Yeah, they probably had to hit the church. He probably was in there like, pass the plate, man. We got like, damn, you just passed the plate like 20 times. Like, hey, look, we gotta go 25. Damn it, we got hit with this 2.45 million.
Special missions, man. For now,
plate going around 80 times.
Yeah, you know how special mission was. 10 times,
said special mission.
20 times the amount.
Oh yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But all right, let me.
It was like 20 times of how much you normally give.
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Yep. But all right, let's go ahead and jump into the next topic. And like I said before, it kind of ties into this where people are trying to normalize herpes now. So Stan again got us some good videos and stuff, and since it tied into this. So let me pull it up real quick. So the title on this one, I didn't tell my husband I have herpes.
There we go.
Some grimy shit, boy. Y'all better stop just going for looks. Y'all better go for character out here. But let me go ahead and play this.
I didn't tell my husband that I have herpes.
Jeez.
This is Herpes Anonymous. I too have been scarred. I do not show any symptoms and I do not have outbreaks, but I have a really hard time disclosing that I have herpes. When I found out I had to put in a suppository and it broke me out, I went to the
and she's on TikTok disclosing it to everybody.
I do not know how I contracted herpes, and when my past partner at the time went to go get tested for herpes, their results came back negative, which made me feel extra disgusting. I have had partners in the past I did open up to and it wasn't a problem, but I've also had ones that I did confide in and they looked at me differently, making the decision that they did not want to date me anymore. I felt so ashamed.
Yeah, right.
My pain from the world. I'm now married and I'm ashamed to say that my husband does not know. I just deal with it by myself because I do not have symptoms or outbreaks. It is just easier for me to keep it a secret. I really want to tell my husband because it weighs on me, but I'm also so very scared. Coach Shayna, thank you for being a voice for us who are too afraid to speak up.
So real quick. So you're not woman enough to tell your husband that you contracted herpes, but then yet you're still bold enough to take it on social media, knowing that somebody's going to clip it. They're going to find out who your husband is because the internet always wins. And he's going to find out that way. And he's going to look at you like you was like the most dirtiest whore that he ever married and made a mistake.
Okay,
that's what I would tell her.
Wait, M3, I give you credit. You went 40 minutes without going off.
Yeah, he broke a record now, boy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. We might have to get this man an ice cream cake or some shit.
I mean, it was like 39 minutes and 39 seconds, but thank you.
But I ain't gonna lie though, it was a little bit off when she said, "Oh, I talked to my last partner, he didn't contract it." So I'm like, "How did I get it?" I'm like, Come on now, like, I mean, granted, I don't know all the ways of how you can contract herpes, but Lord have mercy, like, if it's a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah, you ain't get that shit from shaking hands. Stop playing.
Okay.
You was out here busting it open.
But
yeah, no.
It's not, if you don't have it, like if there's no outbreak, you can't pass it, right?
Well, yeah, that part. But I'm talking about like at the time of obtaining. Well, that's.
But also, like for her, she don't want to lose her husband because she already lost a lot of relationships. So she's figuring. Look, I'm not making.
I get what you're saying. I get that part. Look, I get that part because we all know it is hard to know, like, just because of this one thing, it's gonna default me into the left zone every single time. Who has the heart to love me for me where I am right now? Hey, look, that's the hard code with life.
No one would.
Guess what? Every man's telling you by that point of like, oh, yeah, I ain't at that stage. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
I agree.
But like, I'm sure she's being careful with her husband.
Oh yeah.
But of course, I know because
I mean, how you be careful, like, because that would just be awkward because that is your husband, so he's probably like, hey man, why am I wearing this shit? You know, what you got put dental dam on and shit.
Now that I think about it, he's your husband. He never bothered to ask why we don't ever do this.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like, man, why I always got to eat it with like plastic wrap around you?
It's part of.
So what you doing with that? What we making sandwiches in this piece? Like,
why you got a moon suit going on? What's up with that?
That's what I'm saying. Like, she probably protected him, unlike the previous segment when the minister didn't protect his girlfriend and the other women.
Yeah, no, facts.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, that's fair. That's.
But you know,
but still, man, she married this dude. So yeah, the time he sees this clip, whatever, somebody gonna send it to him, he go like, fuck. My bad.
Now, see, this is the tough part, though. This is the tough part because see, now you have to sit there and look at the man because, like, okay, you married her without knowing about the herpes. Now you gotta sit there and say, could you stay there, even though this is truly that this is one hard lie. This is one hard, heavy lie. Could you stay there now, knowing that fact? That's gonna be tough.
I am gone.
Yeah, exactly.
She like, look, I'm gonna cuss her out. Then after that, you're gonna hear my tires in the parking lot peeling out.
That's what they're gonna tell him. Like, think about this. Think about all the good times first before you go that trip.
It ain't about no. All the good times has been overridden. All right. After you tell me something like that, put a mask on, cover my mouth. Right. You know, I'm just gonna put a condom just in case. You know, if I ever get knocked out somewhere and she try and get some, I'm gonna layer up. I'm gonna be out. I'm like, look, bro, like you're a dirty whore. I don't care.
I'm gonna move to a whole new country after I'll be like, I'm just gonna leave because you know people gonna be looking at you like, oh, he gotta have it. I'm gone. I'm going to like Bolivia or some shit.
Oh yeah,
I'm getting the hell out of the country.
Yeah, but yeah, I deal with the shame with social media. They're like, damn, like, okay, she got herpes. Like, you know, you must have got herpes too. And then of course people won't be like, I bet you the one who gave her the herpes and stuff. You know how people would be like.
Right? I think the smart play would be for her to do is to switch it on him.
You said just
wow.
That ain't shit.
You cheated, didn't you? Or your other hoes before we got married.
Damn, now why we gotta see this?
That ain't shit.
Well, speaking about the Beyonce giving herpes, well, here we go.
Oh gosh, how my
that definitely could work too. But all right, let me go ahead and play this next one. So like the title on this one is How My Fiance Gave Me Herpes. And if you look at the picture, man, if y'all can zoom in, she definitely got it on the lip.
I see it already. I'll say I'm already disgusted.
And this is why
M3.
I don't care, but also the story.
I'm judging tonight.
How I got it. The internet does not understand how I'm not ashamed, why I'm not hiding, because I have this thing on my lips. I will continue. to
SJ, can you turn it up a little bit? I can't hear.
I have 5 of these on my face.
I think that's as high as it
I'm
goes.
human. Yes, it is disgusting. It is gross. It's not cute. We poop. We fart. There's so many things that we do as human beings that are not hot or sexy. Be with it, period. Now, how did I get this herpes? So scary. I got this herpes last week. My fiance had herpes on her lips, and I decided to just make out with her because she's so freaking beautiful, and I did not care about her herpes on her lips. Now, you must be saying, like, Alexa, you're wild. Let me back up a couple years.
Oh, this was a she, John. Okay.
My mom
what?
has herpes.
This was a she, not a he.
I grew up with herpes all around my household. I've only had 2 breakouts my whole life until this one, and I haven't had a breakout since I was 15 years old. So I guess I had herpes confidence. I just didn't think I would get it again. It's been 15 years. So yes, I wanted to kiss my fiance because I didn't think I would get it. And I did. And guess what? It's not the end of the world.
Oh, it's the end of the world, all right.
It's not life-threatening. A lot of people in the world have it. It's not genital herpes. I will be okay, and so will you. This herpes, also known commonly as cold sores. I'm here to normalize herpes, and every time I have a cold,
well, definitely don't drink behind her for sure.
Hell no.
So basically, from what I heard, was her fiance was a woman. So knowingly, she knew that she had herpes, which is still kind of questionable. How did the fiance get the herpes or whatever? But you still wanted to kiss her. I couldn't do that.
No, she said something else too. She said that she had an outbreak.
Yes.
What happened?
She hadn't had an outbreak since she was 15, and her mom had herpes, and she always grew up with a lot of people in her family had herpes. She mentioned that.
Damn, they're like a herpes family then, huh?
Yeah, they was over there probably sharing cups and shit, something.
Oh God!
But here's the last video. Or like people trying to normalize it. So this one's not really a video. It's like a slideshow, but it shows like some text. And it still shows like after she discloses like some that she has herpes, man. Dudes still trying to get at her. They like, hey, so what? It's all good.
No standards, man.
They don't.
Anything.
So it's like dating. Matter of fact, let me just
wait, go back. What was that? Surprisingly, you're the 4th.
Surprisingly, you're the 4th person to tell me that in the last 6 or 7 months, you know, that somebody has herpes. So the reply was, so I guess it's pretty damn prevalent. Like, God damn. Then it's like, wow. You're awesome. Thanks for sharing that with me. So yeah, they're just exchanging pretty much. But yeah, this is where like it starts getting in the 3rd and 4th one. Yeah, this person like, shoot, I'm comfortable still seeing you and getting down to the sexy, haha. But even if you do have a flare up, we can always just kick it back and chill. So yeah, nah, that's fucked. Then they like pause a bunch of it, but it's like to work through it together. No, the herpes definitely doesn't make me uncomfortable at all. Damn, there's a whole market for these people. They don't give a damn.
Shit.
And it's like, oh, that's too bad. Probably best to be on good behavior tonight. Well, as good as we can be. Disgusting.
You guys say it's disgusting, but there are men who don't give a damn and they're gonna go, right? Because Wally, you okay? The look on Wally's face.
Wally, like, hell no. Nah.
Wally, I know this is your first show with us. You all right?
That's because at least 80% of men has no. Damn, I want to say 90 at this point, man. Y'all don't have no standards, man. Like, I want to start getting on y'all in a minute, bro. Like in the next couple of live streams, but it's just so sad. Like I didn't think like this was gonna like just come down to it, that you just accepted anyone. So basically, these are just a bunch of losers that just look at a woman's vulnerability, and now they think, well, I have a higher chance if I just express to her that I accept you for who you are. Let me tell you something. I do not accept any woman for who they are. If you have some type of disease, if you have some type of attitude, if you look in a certain type of way, and I can't say about Christians or whatever, right? But you know, at least like if you're a certain type of chick or whatever that I don't like, I'm going to discriminate. So that's just me.
Yeah, I think some people, man, they like definitely standards is gone, but yeah, I think it's just crazy. There's too many people on this planet, man. Damn that.
But your standards are not in question if there's a condom to block the infection.
Yeah, but when you have it on the lips,
but that's what I'm saying. That's an outbreak, right? So then you don't kiss that person that day or that week.
Yeah, but
I'm
people are stupid.
Right.
Like, look, we just gotta just call out. People are really dumb. They're gonna
But
do
you understand,
whatever
like
it
that
takes.
first one, right? Can we go to that first where that guy said like this is the fourth or how many number of people he already met that had herpes already?
6 or 7.
7th month.
What's that again, Wally?
He said you're the 4th person within 6 to 7 months.
So, like, it's a reality. Like, if you're going out on dates, that the person you're dating probably don't know they have it, or they do know they have it, and don't want to disclose it yet.
Yeah, no, that's facts. Yeah, but I mean, that's why, like you were saying earlier, it's like, man, you do got to start maneuvering better. And this is even if you got condoms, this is like, man, there's still like skin area that can come in contact. It might because it spreads just not even internally, like outside. So that's where people just kind of mess up sometimes too, man.
And that's why you got to use that rag. That's prevention, but also more. I'm not even gonna talk about. I need people to go visit their doctors and do the yearly checkup. Stop being scared. Do the yearly checkup and see what's going on. These are not death sentences. You can live a long, fruitful life. I should say fruitful. Maybe you'll live a long, productive life.
Oh, yeah. Can you change that? Can you change that?
Even with the herpes test.
He ain't living 100% of his life. Not to his extent. God damn it.
But you could live a productive life because even like HIV, right? There's like people could be, I forgot what it is, like the viral loads could be so low that you don't pass it. But again, you do have to disclose to people and then let them choose, and then they can meet with their doctors and doctors provide medications or whatever. But I think what we're really at is like people are willing to work around for the connection they have, and they don't want to lose the connection. I'm not trying to romanticize it. I know I'm the guy that got the heart and I'm in my Hallmark walk of life right now. But that's the reality, because when you look at it, right, these guys are like, you know what? We'll keep it safe and cuddle tonight. So
I'm out the door.
What? SJ?
I will pill out on him.
SJ, you met a girl.
Look, in fairness, look.
You'll still leave her?
Oh, absolutely. Man, you got that. I'd rather take a chick with a bad attitude versus that shit. I'm sorry. Damn that.
You for real?
I'm positive. Ain't no way in hell. I don't give a damn if you like walk on water and shit. I'm not fucking with you. You like, I'm sorry.
Oh man!
But shout out to y'all. Do they got like a dating app for people with this?
They do have one. If I remember correctly, allegedly, we're gonna say allegedly. I do remember. Because here's the thing about TikTok, right? If I get a phone call, then I try to go back on the app. I miss the clip.
Right, you didn't save it.
Yeah, you gotta find out for us, Stan.
But there is an app for people who are test positive for herpes, for them to meet other people with herpes and also people who don't mind dating people with herpes.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's what I think they need to do, because this is like, you do need to disclose it. But yeah, I get it, man. It's sad, man.
Why are you putting them in the category like what they need?
Absolutely.
But the doctors would say you can't catch it.
That is obviously somebody caught it if they got a big enough population and shit. So yeah, when they like, you can't catch it, I'm like, well, how did they catch it? So this is where common sense starts kicking in. I can refute anything. I'm like, oh, so how did they get it then? Do sexual intercourse. So yeah, the sexual intercourse that I want to have with somebody, right? Like, so nah, I'm good.
So okay. No, I'm not trying to get people to accept it or anything like that. But like, how do we now take this information and talk with our friends, our kids, nephew, nieces, cousins, because you know, we do have to talk, because when looking at this, right, their men are going to accept it because they want connection. So how do you talk to that guy with full testosterone? Is like, you know, I'm 20 something and nothing's going to stop me. One, or two, like, you don't understand our love.
I might fuck love.
Leave them
But-
to their own devices.
But I'll tell them this though.
Look, man, look.
I'll
This
tell the
world
little
is too
kid-
big. Oh, go ahead, M3.
No, I was gonna say I'll tell the young kids this. I'm like, look, you know, there's a lot of women that's out there. Okay, you're better than that. You could do better. Don't subjugate yourself, right, to someone that's not going to benefit for your life. That could even potentially ruin your future sex life with other beautiful women. See, I want to create like a bigger picture. You could have a nice moment that's going to probably last you about 5 to 10 minutes and yet ruin your whole entire dating life with other women versus you just having the courage just to say no and pass her to the side. Let her spread that disease to someone else that you don't care about. But for you,
allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly.
But for you, as a young man, you got to hold and protect yourself, okay? Because you only get one life. And you don't want to ruin your life like that. Plus, I think SJ will air me out anyways, though. So don't worry, Stan. But
No, but I like where M3 was going, because typically, you know, like even when I got friends, man, that'd be like trying to have like all these kids by different women. What would I tell them? I'm like, man, just think if like those relationships don't work out and you got to go pitch yourself to somebody else. Like M3 is saying, like, man, you go talk to another female because everything don't always last forever. So it's just like, say you got to go to another female, you got to be like, hey man, I got so-and-so, I got this. And it's just like, you know how embarrassing that would be to tell that person, and how isolated you might be, because, you know, a lot of people just ain't gonna mess with that. And rightfully so. It's like, hey, if I'm maneuvering right, I'm not gonna put myself at risk because you kind of like, you know, did some things out of order and stuff, and you got what you got. So a lot of people just ain't gonna tolerate that, you know. So it's just like, you got to sit down with that person and disclose this. Or say like you got a bunch of kids, you got to be like, hey man, I got like 3 kids, 3 baby mamas. So it's just like, you got to think about stuff like that. And I think by like sometimes keeping that in mind, it's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm not messing with none of this. I don't want all this crazy background on me, because something will happen. I got to go out there and try to like holler at somebody with all this baggage and all this stuff. So it's just like, if you want like quality, you know, and you're coming to the table to that person, then yeah, they gonna move on. They be like, oh hell no. They'll be nice in that moment, be like, oh okay, you know, well, thanks for, you know, telling me. Finish out the dinner, but like after that, we're like, ghost, blocking that number. Yeah,
I don't know. I think women want to see like, why they got like 4 baby mamas. I got to see what this dick is about. And
maybe somebody that's broken, but for the most part, somebody got their stuff together, man. They high telling it. They're like,
oh, that's bad. You know what's so funny about that, Stan? You told me something similar.
Be the next woman in line.
You did that. I gotta try that.
Yeah.
like, shit, I could be number 5. Ain't nothing wrong with 5.
Let me get in line for a premium special.
You know,
but all right, now good.
I got to like one time my uncle told me, like, yo, in this family, you gotta be careful with too fertile. And I'm like, what you talking about? Like he dated this nurse, but when he told the nurse that he already got like 8 kids and 7 baby mamas, right? And she's like, well, I can't get pregnant. Guess what happened? She got pregnant with twins.
Oh man, he's like, hey, I can fix that.
You never fall for that. I mean, like,
and ever since then, I've been terrified.
Wait, was the nurse Latina?
I don't even know. Here's the sad thing about like in my family, it's like the men they date the same women. So I'll be thinking it's like, oh, I think it is the first wife, but actually this the 15th one. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to meet you. I don't want to know you. I just want to meet my cousins. I'm done. Like, you're not gonna be here too long. So,
Oh, for real? You say, hey, you ain't even gonna make the cut, really. So I don't want to build no connection with y'all.
Yeah.
No,
You're
that's
just
smart.
here giving birth to this family tree. Thank you for your contribution. So,
right. His sole purpose was being a sperm donor, you know?
Yo.
But that's what happened. Like, she thought she was sterile. They said that she could never have kids.
Mm.
And they hooked up, and he's like, yo, in this family, this is what we do as men. And I'm like,
hell yeah. The force is strong with y'all. Y'all her defying medical diagnoses
a
and
great
shit.
uncle from a wheelchair. This man was like having 5 kids a year from a wheelchair.
Damn.
And this is my grandmother's brother. From a wheelchair, this man was averaging 5 kids a year from a wheelchair. It's so bad with him. He had like a daughter, a granddaughter, and a great-granddaughter, all the same age. They all look alike. Like, I thought they were triplets. And they're like, no, this is your cousin. This is your cousin from me. This is a cousin from your cousin. And this is a cousin from your cousin's
Damn.
son. I was like, oh, no, I can't do this in this family. I got to break the curse. I got Wally, talking about them Haitians in Miami, right, Wally?
I know what you're talking
Wally
about.
said, I ain't touching that with
Wally,
his
you know what
shout out to Wally.
Them Haitians, they too fertile. Anybody from the
I heard
island?
about some of them. I don't know about a whole lot now.
Too fertile.
All right, let's jump into the last topic. So the last topic is we got your girl Tia again. So she got a new show coming out called My Next Act. But I'm gonna play this. Oh, go ahead.
No, so she's always getting into something, huh?
Always, man. She been turning up. She marking the hell out of this divorce, boy. But let me go ahead and pull this clip up. And then we got 2 of the clips. So one is like 11 minutes, but I wanted to play the shorter one first because I got a question I want to ask y'all, like after y'all listen to this clip.
For sure.
It kind of makes sense why I think she's kind of wilding out a little bit.
You know, I've never dated.
That's right.
I've never dated. Corey was my first.
Right. Yes.
Everything.
I know.
So I wasn't even allowed to date until I was 18 years old. I met Corey when I turned 20, and I lost my virginity at 25. There, was that it? And then we got married. Boom. Well.
Can we like pick it up now?
Okay.
Can we get high vibes?
What do you mean? She's always, this one right here, she's like all about the vibes.
I have a problem.
She's all about the vibes.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the youth energy.
Yeah,
Come on, let's go.
So I want to talk about dating.
Oh, God.
What's
We
your
have to.
ideal?
I have PTSD, just so you know.
From dating.
From dating, yeah.
Nothing good to say. Listen, we're gonna turn it around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I've had horror stories when it comes to dating. I've dated a grown-ass man who put his grill on the table. I've dated a man who didn't even know what his love languages were. He said that clean sheets were...
Oh, that shout out to you, SJ. And Manic is listening. That's a shout out to both of you guys.
Oh, Lord have mercy. What did I just...
He didn't even know what his love language was. His love language was trying to fuck on the first date. That's what his love language. Nah, but like listening to that clip.
What the world?
Huh?
You don't believe in love languages?
Not at all, man. Love language is about self-centeredness. That's all that's promoting.
All right, but yeah, what was the question, SJ?
No, I was gonna say, like, based on that like clip that you heard, man, you think maybe she's kind of, like dropped her marriage or whatever happened with that. You think maybe, man, she just probably missed the whole phase a little bit, because like it sounded like she just like, didn't really date, because she was always like acting and stuff.
She dated.
Nah, but she got married and man, she was married for a while. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think she just probably missed the opportunity to like kind of jump out there and?
I know what you're talking about because, she did get into a relationship at the age of 20. They had the child and they got married at the age of 25. So,
well, she said she lost her virginity at 25. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. She lost her virginity at 25, but still, she was still young. She was always into that relationship with that one person, with Corey. I don't know how her relationship was prior to him, probably not, you know, being so young. So like when you put so much like mileage into the relationship and you're so used to that one person, sometimes the streets be calling you and you keep denying it so many times, but after a while, it's like, damn, like I never lived as a woman, she never lived a life to be the whole that she was anointed to be. And so when you didn't get a chance to live that, now you want to kind of dabble into something. And then when you have the sisterhood that's telling you like, hey girl, like, you know, he's this, he's that, he's broke, you're better than that. You could find yourself a LeBron James, you could find yourself someone that's better up in like your own caliber.
Wait, it's the same sisterhood that just that went ahead and nominated her ex-husband to be
exactly. The sisterhood will set you up that way. They want to come on, man. There's a lot of shit that I want to just say, like just personally, but now I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah, right. The sisterhood definitely gets you.
Yeah.
So
Stan, you was rolling your eyes. You was filling our assessment.
I was not feeling this because you know why? Because look, you weren't allowed to date until you was 18. So between the 18 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you know what? I'm gonna back it up. You can date. I'm gonna put myself out there, right? You can date a slew of women or men or binary people. It's gonna leave it open for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And you're still gonna be classified as a slut. Now, mind you, have to sleep with them. It's because you just went ahead and you want to discover America. Now, while you're discovering America, you anchor yourself because that's what you do in your 20s. Like she has a slew of people to pick from. This is sister. This is Tia and Mowry. Like she had her pick. Like she always had her pick of men. And Corey, I mean, like that was 20, right? You guys dated at 20, and they were really into God, right? They're church girls. They're into God, and lost their virginity at 25, but then said they were married yet, and then they got married and they have children. Like, yo, that's 22 years of your life. You only hope and pray that you'll get that way. Because a lot of people, if quiet as it kept, a lot of these 40-year-olds would go ahead and wish they could go ahead and anchor themselves to a man and then talk about it when they're 65. But please don't go ahead and divorce them at 65 and think they're going to be a whole bunch of men waiting for you at 65.
But I'm saying though, like if she had that structure, so shout out to her, man. It sounds like she dated properly, but now she's divorced and she's going out there, she's dating. So you think in a sense, like, because sometimes people are like, man, damn, you know what? I was dedicated to my work. I just focused in on that. I got married. So you know what? I didn't really live my youth out. You think that could there be some possibility to that?
When did living your youth meant that you're always supposed to be on your back?
That's how people look at it. You know what I'm saying? that's just how some people look at it. They like, hey, man, I missed out. You know, I just had too much structure, you know.
Did we not just come back segment 1 and 2 of the herpes? And that's only one thing that's out there.
It could never happen to me. That's how most people look at it. It's like, oh, man, I'm careful. It could never happen to me. I know how to I know how to vet people out. So that's what goes on in people's mind.
And that was Corey. Please go back to your husband. That's all I got. Go back to your husband. There ain't nothing out here in these streets, Tia.
Man, it's too late now. He balling.
He don't
need him. Corey ain't going back. Corey, he ain't.
No, Corey want her back. Corey.
No, he don't. Nah.
Corey want his kids. He
want the kids, but he ain't gotta take that embarrassment back. Corey smooth as hell, man. You ain't seen him on that couch when he was out there with the red on. He was like,
you know how
Corey
much money
good.
He ain't
going back.
You know, without Tia. Think about what happens when he gets back to her. He's gonna be back being broke again.
No, he'll get a prenuptial agreement. He has to do a prenup agreement.
Man, he got too much pride. He ain't going back.
Yeah.
Let me go.
It's gonna kill the status, man.
Wait, okay. No, Wally, go ahead. Wally, your part. My bad. Wally, go ahead.
Go on, player.
So, Wally, do you think she wants to revisit her youth? Like she feel like she messed out? What's your take on that?
I mean, just the way I hear it, I say it like this. One thing's for sure is the friend is for sure inflicting on her to get out there and have fun, because they ain't no way to, like, I'm just listening into it, right? Like, okay, I wasn't involved in dating, right? Because why? You was a TV star when you were young. both you and your sister. So your parents kept you locked down, smart parents, right? They didn't want you to put out there all that and get you all messed up in the most weirdest situations and all that other extra stuff. So you had it pretty good, right? Then you got older, you got 18. Now you can go out there and go do as you please. Whoop-de-whoop. Your first date was Corey. After that, it's pretty much been Corey. Next thing you know, you lost Virginia at 25. You got married at 25. And I think she had kids at 25 at the same time?
Well, probably a little shortly after.
Yeah, okay, shortly after. So it's like, all right, you pretty much had it cinched. At that point, for me, it's like this. If you sit back and you say to yourself, was it really worth it? Or if you really had that thought of, was I really missing something out here? You're going to realize very hard. You'll find out the hard way. Just the fact that what she was asking, like, oh, I was talking to men. I had a dude pull his grill out. I had a dude, like, he didn't know his love language. Like, what? Like, just all those little tangents, like, she throwing. I'm like, okay, yeah, you way far gone. Like, you way far gone at this point. It's like, you do, like, the people that you dealing with, I don't know what you're dealing with out there, but you stretching far and wide, and you're just like, I don't know how to do this. I feel very weird. I'm like, yeah, that tells you something. Go back to where you belong.
But it's like her two friends, right? I want to put on her two friends. There was one that was on her brother's show.
TV show. Yeah, that was a TV show host, and the other one.
Essence.
Yes.
Yeah, she was on some podcast. We're gonna break her down. Oh, my bad. Let me.
No, she was on the Smart Guy and Half and Half.
Yeah, Smart Guy.
And are we there yet? But also know that she is very religious. So she's very Christian. So she's still holding on to somebody from her religious background that could keep her grounded. But that other friend, Miss Vibes, let me tell you about these vibes. These vibes that y'all looking at, like, y'all sound like a bunch of succubuses out here. I had the vibe. I need the vibe. Like, what y'all doing that y'all need vibes? Like, what's going on? Y'all need vibes. To me, when somebody say vibes up there, like, you need to go smoke something.
You said they sound like fiends?
Big time. I'm just about the vibe. We need to go ahead and get you some vibes. Like, what? Yeah, that one. That one, I don't trust.
Well, I want to talk about dating.
No, I don't trust her.
Deal.
I have PTSD, just so you know.
I didn't know the other black chick was still single.
No.
Which one, Essence?
No. Yeah, go forward. She was like, no, go forward.
She's the one
that
was
right here.
No, that one.
What do you mean? She's always this one right here. She's like all about the vibes.
I have a problem.
She's all about the vibes.
I'm here for it. I'm here
Yeah,
for the youth
that
energy.
one.
Come on, let's go.
That one.
I want to talk about dating.
Oh God,
What's
we
your
have to.
ideal?
Yeah, the other one. She trying to like give her a first class ticket to the streets, boy. She definitely
She reminded me of Pinocchio, that dude. When they got, she reminded me of two characters, the fox and the cat that sold Pinocchio, and then the boy that got Pinocchio go on Fantasy Island, almost got turned to a donkey. Friends like those are not friends.
That's a sisterhood.
Love company.
So you saying like Essence though? She got her stuff together though. Right.
Yeah, Essence is like, that's the one that's trying to, that was the one that part anchor her in. But that other one, Miss Vibes, hell no. No.
Yeah, Tia better listen to Essence because it's about to get rough.
She ain't got no sister no more because Tamara's like, girl, I got a husband and kids.
You ain't about to fuck this up. Let me play some of this clip.
First look at the all-new series, Tia Mowry, My Next Act.
Everyone settle. Tia's interview, take one.
Earthquake.
Welcome to LA.
My name is Tia Mowry, and I am best known for a little show called Sister Sister. And the game. I've been in the public eye since I was 14 years old.
I got the part.
There is a whole another side of me. This is also me. It is not easy going through a divorce. I got tired of people thinking that everything was perfect when it wasn't.
Tia, you shouldn't have to act in your life.
Yeah, and I think I lost me. I have this beautiful house. I have amazing kids.
Why are you so cute? Because I'm adorable.
But the one thing that I don't have is love.
Do you think you have time Friday night to go on a date?
Divorce is about starting over, and you have to
The
learn
streets is
how to live
calling
again.
me.
It's hunting season. Child, let me tell you.
Oh,
Everything
hell
is just new.
Oh, the moment she said,
Oh my goodness.
It's all right.
And I'm assuming she's single too, right?
Jack Hayes single. She was married, but I think they got a divorce.
Ah,
I know they ain't got her old ass in the show.
Well, that's so
Lord have mercy. Every time they hit that calling card, I'm like, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And scary.
You've been doing hard things your whole life. It just looks different now.
I'm ready to share my story. I'm so excited about my future now. I am ready for my next act. Joy.
Damn that, we ain't about to watch all this shit.
Yeah, I think her second act is she go back to her husband. Just go back.
It's too late, Stan.
So Stan, you don't think she try to live out that her youth, man? You saw them string of clips, the dating scenes.
Oh, look, I think Corey would look. You could have done that in the movie. You could disguise that for a movie, and Corey would have been like, okay, this is a character. But you know what? Speaking of that, of characters, this is exactly what happened in the game.
Oh, for real?
When she left her boyfriend and decided to make it on the streets and trying to be, whatever she was trying to do. It's like it's going back, like it's reflecting her past roles. Right? Am I right, Wally?
Yeah. Because you pretty much could say it. The only difference is just she wasn't the doctor.
No, she wasn't med school yet. But
yeah.
But that's how Darwin got like a baby mama. And then she had to deal with that mess. And I'm like, yo, when Corey and believe, you think they ain't punching holes in them condoms to get Corey's money? Because he partnered with Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry's the only person that be hiring these black actors, these African American actors.
Tubi be getting them. No.
They're not from
Yeah, but that's different case of characters.
But let me ask you though, because like another thing I caught from that second clip we watched. Do you think and anybody can answer on this one? Do you think that maybe she career was kind of tanking a little bit, and maybe she's addicted to like the attention? So that's why she's kind of like always jumping out here, kind of marketing her divorce and stuff like that.
I can say so.
It's part of it in the mix.
Because she has a social media brand, so she has to be in the center of the limelight.
I'm gonna say no, and this is why I'll say no, because both the twins, they still have that twin factor. That's one. They're part of the 90s convention, so they already got sister. They got I forget what it's called, the Twitch from Disney Channel, those movies like the Twin Witch Sisters. Separately, she has, now Tamara's the one with the mole. So Tia has the game. So the game been on and off for I think 8 years. So there's conventions for that. And then Tamara did the real TV show. And so she has a fan base from that. And then they've done movies for Hallmark and Lifetimes. Those Christmas movies, those bookings is solid, especially since you got a fan base, because a lot of women from these old TV shows from the 90s, they make a lot of their monies from those on these movies on Lifetime and Hallmark. So when you look at that, they can still come together as twins and still promote other stuff. So they still make money.
Oh, hey, Stan, you forgot one more movie, Twitch. You remember that little Disney movie?
That's what I was talking about. They did 3 movies from that one.
Yeah. So, but for me, I think it did play the part because you got to think about it too, right? It's like, remember what she had said in the moments of the other clip, right? It was like she sort of was conflicted with, because people thought, oh, my relationship was so perfect, but it wasn't. And then she's like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of acting as if everything's okay. But it's like, so I think part of that life and then dealing with the real life and then, of course, knowing the acting life, she tried to mix those two together and try to like mesh it like, oh, everything's cool, but reality ain't. And she tried to keep it like that because she has a public image to maintain.
But nobody actually see that public image. Oh, I forgot one more thing too before everybody. Tia's also on Family Reunion Netflix. I think is on the sixth season or seventh season right now. So she has roles before this divorce.
I just think like just looking
not to that magnitude though, man. I think she probably wants.
What does she? She's not for the streets, girl. Like them streets are gonna kill you. Go back to your husband. Beg, plead, say, baby, please sing him some Shantae Moore. Go back.
I think, man, she probably got bored, man, like with just her life. Because I mean, that's just the reality. It was like the guy we was talking about the other day.
I ain't gonna say she got bored.
Look, if a woman, if
man, I'm telling you, man, people just get bored. You know,
look, star, how can you get bored?
Huh?
Look, I was married. I got divorced.
How can you get bored? I mean, I guess if you're talking about like not being able to do what other people can do, like actually have a normal life, quote unquote, then I agree with you on that. She sort of was bored.
What's normal? Being passed around?
Hey.
People, they don't like structure, you know, and stuff like that. So they're probably, you know, sometimes they're like, man, you know, I do kind of want to relive my youth. I missed out, you know, like her friends telling her like, oh, vibes and shit, you know. So
look, but you saw that clip that we just saw earlier, right? She's going all the way. She's going to Vegas and everything else. And look, let her have her fun. Let her ride, because she could have had that revelation popped in her head one day. She could be like, yeah, this ain't for me. She just might.
She could have had that fun going to Auntie Vivica Fox Black Magic tour and done that in private. Got her little hand of strippers, and look, to me, this is ridiculous. This divorce system is crazy and bonkers. They should have had a mediation and a cooling off period and reconciliation, because this is some BS. Tia needs to get back with her husband. This is
hell nah. Run,
like
Corey.
that TV show you got on the game when she got tired of running them streets, and what happened? She went right back to daddy.
Corey ain't having it. I'm telling you. Too much embarrassment.
Corey said, and I quote, well, allegedly he said, and I quote, right? On the pivot, if he wins, the whole family wins. So even that money, M3, she gonna have access to that Tyler Perry money.
Corey, like,
look, what do we mean by winning?
M3, your mic is off.
I was saying a whole bunch of gibberish, but no, I was just saying that only if he takes her back.
No, he said it on the pivot. Like, if he wins, all the family, including her, wins.
What is he saying? Like, he wins as far as like the deals he's getting, because he ain't going back. He ain't going back. Ain't no way in hell.
So it's like she's still gonna be taken care of. But girl, go back.
I mean,
that's the thing, though, boy.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so that I mean, of course, that's the mother of his child, but he's not taking her back as far as like remarrying her. I don't really see that happening.
Yeah.
Look, he might from what we probably know, Corey Hardy is probably somewhere out there clapping some cheeks or whatever with a white girl. You know what I mean? And we'll never know that because he's so low key with it.
Go ahead, Wally. You about to say something?
No, I was just gonna say like, cause I don't know what he really mean by winning. I mean, other than I guess his own success will transfer over. But my thing is, because at this point, I mean, I gotta say it like this, because what you had said earlier, right? Because she got all these other things going on, these conventions and everything else. But see, again, this when you think about it right now, just everything else, you can tell like a lot of this, like a lot of whatever is going on, there got to be more to this. Because what was the point of just going like to this extent? There has to be more. Like you could just walk away scotch free. We both would be good parents to our kids and just call it a day. No, there had to be a little bit of extra flair to it.
I think maybe she was what this called, like shit testing, and didn't count on him to go through it. Maybe she wanted him to fight for her.
Isn't she the one that pulled the trigger?
Yeah, she pulled the trigger.
Yeah, but like when you heard her, she like, I want the love languages. I'm sure she like, I want you to fight for me.
Nah, man, I'm telling you, like
he was fighting when he was there.
Some people, man, they just
hard enough.
He
wasn't fighting hard enough. I don't
want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. Trust me, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
She wanted to feel. She wanted to know what he felt.
You know what he felt?
She was bored,
he
man.
Felt like he had the world on his back, and he had to make something happen because he knew, like, he just knew that he had to do what he had to do. And goddamn it, he was in a lot of things where he just wasn't able to do what he needed to do. You got to be that father, and let alone that husband, let alone this other guy. Is like, okay, eventually the shit could all collapse.
But isn't that the whole thing of having it all? Like, we can do
Forget having it all. I'll say that then. Forget having it all. Sometimes you need to realize you need to slow down. Because, boy, it ain't worth it.
But you see him now, he's like moving forward, fighting forward, going on with his life, and she's still going to be taken care of. He's going to pay.
Well, he's probably just, sometimes people say stuff nicely, but man, they're both rich, so they don't really need nothing from each other. But he ain't fucking with her, man. Just, because she just went over the top with like all the publicity stunts somewhat, even the show. It's just like, can you imagine if you're just trying to be low key, you don't want to talk about stuff too much? Because, even when he speaks about stuff, he's not trying to go into details and take a swipe at her. So it's just like, man, all that public stuff, after that, you can't.
But like he's not out here like dating, because sure enough, that would have been on the news already. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think he's dating down low. I think he probably is dating, or give or take something on the side.
Yeah, he's just keeping it on low, man.
Or
he's just not putting it out there like that. Like, people just meet up and fight. Like, shit,
or maybe they still together, but we don't know it yet.
Nah, he ain't with her.
Oh, okay. So what you're trying to say is he pulled what was that relationship? What was that other relationship with the other TV star? That Usher was groping upon. I forgot her name already.
Oh, Chili.
Not Chili. No, not Chili. The other one. The younger one.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about Keke Palmer.
Yeah, Keke Palmer.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay, you trying to say she let that? Oh, they just faking it. This was just for fun. This was just clown stuff. It was just all a publicity stuff. We just joking. Sorry, guys. Okay. All right. Well,
but see, he was broke. He ain't had no choice but to stick around. See, Corey getting paper. So that's what I'm saying. Corey, like, look, my career blowing up.
No. He's playing smart. I want look. Just because you're a house husband, he's collecting all the information. She's out here making the money, and he's babysitting the children and staying with the kids and doing all the rearing, and therefore she has to match it. I learned this from Punk that was married to Jennifer Hudson, and he's like, "Yo, you're gonna pay me this money, and you're gonna sit down and give me the same house that you got, and you're gonna be right across the street from each other. So if you're a house husband, don't listen to no red pill. Make your money, document. In the words of Ivana Trump, don't get even, take everything."
Oh, this man right here. Next thing you're gonna start talking about the pimp that got Mary J. Blige. Gonna be on here too.
Don't my heroes.
Take everything. But okay, SJ, what's your thoughts? Do you think this is gonna work out good for her?
Nah. I think like you guys were kind of hitting on it. Like I said, I think she's a little bit bored. And I think a lot of times, man, people trick themselves to think they're missing out on something. Because they'll have some of them friends that's out there and then low key, people don't tell you, like, they'll tell you about the party stuff. And I say like over glorify that stuff, but they don't tell you like I'm going home and I'm taking a half a damn bottle of Xanax and shit. So, they don't tell that whole side that they're depressed and all that. So I think, man, she's going to jump out there. And she's already dealing with like the separation of like the kids going back and forth, because she was talking about that in the clip. Like, it's hard. I got to drop them off and do all that stuff. Huh?
She had a husband.
Yeah, but man, it's just, then, you know, people just get older. So I think a lot of times people are still dating. It's almost like the age that they left the market where they got married. It's like their mind is stuck in that age. So it's like they want to kind of go back to that age and like relive that youth and stuff. So I think she's still looking at it like, I'm 25, but it's like, man, you're already in your, she's 46.
40,
So
yeah,
it's just like, man, by the time, you know, you date and you actually know somebody, man, you're going to be damn near brushing up on 50. So it's just like, yeah, I don't think it's well thought out a lot of times. I think people think, man, like they still in they looking at it like they still young, man, but nah.
I got a question, panel, if you may, just real quick.
Go ahead.
So the women don't think like we're bashing women.
No, it's men too. That's what I'm saying. I think it's men and women that do that.
Okay, fair, good. As men, I'm going to start with M3, Wally, and then SJ, and I'll answer last. When did you realize that clubbing was nothing but smoke and mirrors? At what age? And then what made you realize it? And then what did you do afterwards? M3.
I mean, I don't remember per se, but I think like the moment when I first was able to enter to a club, would have been like 18 or 21. I knew it wasn't about shit. You know what I mean? Going to a club is like you're surrounded by a bunch of depressed people that just want to dance their stress off. Which, I mean, by all means, do what you need to do. But I was like, man, this ain't the scene that I would just partake of on a consistent basis. Now, however, I'm not gonna lie though. When I was spending time with some of my co-workers, that was going to these club scenes, well, the Latina clubs or whatever was a whole different type of ball game. So, and I have stories for days, but I'll say that for another time. But still, it just wasn't a part of me. I just didn't like being up there super late at night, and I feel like I was already old as it was anyway. So hopefully that answered your question, but yeah,
okay.
it kind of sucks.
E2 Wally.
Wally never been to a club. It's not old enough.
See, thank you, M3. See, thank you. See, real shit. I haven't. No. My parents. You already know how Haitians are. You know how Haitian parents are.
Oh, you Haitian?
No. I'm just bilingual. You know how? Look. My parents were not the ones. I was the one that was trapped in the bird cage. Everybody else was lucky enough to escape. So they said, "Look, I saw your brother. We look. You know how your brothers is. You know how your sister is. You jailbird. Locked up. As far as I can go is literally in my neighborhood. Nowhere else. Literally. So no. But even then, did I feel like I was missing out just because I see other people, let alone my sister, go to clubs? No. Why? One thing. Movies taught me very well why clubs ain't ish. And two, I thought about this real simple. Think about this, right? You know you got to buy bottles and everything, lick it up, get all that. Just think to yourself, how much money is that you spending every week? And then how much does that equate to within a year? That's money I could use on a business. But get out of my face. No way.
Shout out to Wally.
Wait, what movie was this?
You know how much? Oh, come on, Stan. You know how much movies are free. Don't do that. Don't you do that.
Do you guys mind I share what? Do you guys mind if I share one or story? I don't know why the balloons.
Go ahead.
All right. I'll make it quick. So one of my most memorable experience, however, right, and this was a positive thing, right, at the club, but it was a Latino. No, actually, no, it was a Latino bar. Anyways, so it was a Latino bar. Okay. My wife at the time, right, and I, right, we were supposed to meet up with a coworker. Fortunately, things that happened, a coworker stood us up, and I was like, okay, never again, bitch, right? But we made the best of it. Now, Charles, hey, my wife or whatever, right? She was a trooper at the time, okay? And we were just all having fun, okay? We was all drinking, we was all having fun, having a great time. There was like, so there was a married woman, right? And I think her husband was there. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to her husband or whatever, right? But she literally just got married, okay? So it was her and her bridesmaids. So I had a nice little three-piece suit on. I'm dancing with Kashim or whatever. We're having a great time. And then they come along, right? They came up in the middle. It was like, hey, we would like to know. It was very polite and respectful. But they wanted me to dance with them, right? Hey, when the woman gives an okay, I'm like, hey, you take advantage of it.
You know what? That's why I say
sandwich time.
Men ain't shit. You married men, that's what I call the Lord Greens, Wally. They be right? They be every nightclub they go to. Shamar Moore could be there, but it could be Shamar Moore, a married man. They come in there. They come in
I ain't got the power rank anymore.
But hold on, go, let M3 finish real quick.
Yeah, no. Look, he already straight out judging, like, damn you, you married people, right? We'll send you to hell, but they wanted, so it was like some type of tradition where they wanted the masculine man to pick them up. So I was like, you fucking serious? Like, it was recorded too, though. I don't know if it was on Facebook or was somewhere. But to this day, I don't know. You got to look through the Facebook timeline, but or maybe I don't know, whatever, right? I don't even probably think I have that video anymore. But they 5 of them lined up, and it was like, can you please pick me up or whatever, right? So I was like, well, because they saw me picking Kashim up, right? At the time I was like, in my prime, as a married man. Ooh. So I was like, all right, so we dancing. I'm picking up the bride up or whatever, right? Lifting her up in the air, swinging her. She was enjoying it. Then I had to deal with the bridesmaids. Then they lined up. After a while, I was like, God damn, I'm fucking tired, right? But they all thanked me. They had a great time. And we all had a great time. I was like, damn, that was like one hell of a night.
So they had you in there working out.
Yeah, unlike Tia's best friends and friends, look, for the single men, don't go out with your married male friends. Fuck them. They'll go ahead and take a woman from you because they'll be having their little ring on. And the next you know, it'll be like 50 girls going to the club like, oh, you married? Let me get you a drink.
Well, you can put a ring on your finger too, though.
Yeah. Play the game, man.
Yeah, it's okay to lie to him.
Get a rented wife.
Sophisticated jerk and M3 ain't gonna know with none of y'all.
But Stan, to answer your question, I would say about 25 is when I got burnt out. But I've been going to clubs since I was young and stuff. So yeah, I was just burnt out at that point. Never looked back after that. Because that's when I started getting, focused on my career and all that stuff. So yeah, once I did that, man, I became focused with work. So it wasn't even a hard transition really.
And you're from New York. Y'all got a real club scene over there.
But I mean, I lived overseas too. So I lived in so many states and even going in the military, partying, man. It's the same everywhere, man. So yeah, I just got burnt out with it. I think just partying for so long, man. I was ready to make that transition.
For me, it was 23. It was a group of 21-year-olds came in and they were throwing up everywhere. After that,
yeah.
Invite me to a nightclub or something. I'll just walk in. I'm like, what gods are y'all getting sacrificed to tonight? Like, what's up? What demons y'all getting fed to?
But all right, man, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and close it out. But we'll go ahead. Quick words. So we'll start with you, M3. Parting words.
Yeah, man. Well, again, man, this was a great discussion. So again, look, women, don't be like Tia Mowry. Don't be into these marriages. Break it off and then cry and be like, "Oh, I need love." No, you need Jesus. Okay.
Damn.
And then as far as damn, this herpes stuff, man, that's gonna give me some nightmares. Look, again, people, right? Just protect yourself by all means. Like seriously. I mean, wrap it up, of course, but man, don't just go around just kissing like random people, and don't drink behind other folks as well too. You don't know what decisions they have. That's all I wanted to say. Be safe.
All right, Stanley Joseph.
All right. Look, if you have herpes, you're still a viable person. You still have purpose in your life. Please.
Fuck no, they not. Sorry, that wasn't my turn.
When this happened, I'm playing.
You still have
my bad, Stan. I'm sorry.
But please, everybody else, please go to your PCP. There's free clinics. Know your status. You're gonna be okay. Wrap it up. Tia, go back to your husband. I know we're not even done with Tia because there's so much stuff we can do.
I'm burnt out with Tia, but I see we got to get on Essence.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do no more
now.
Tia, man.
But Tia speaks of this generation, and it's like, yo, boring is not the job of your partner. If you feel bored, that's a you problem. That's not your family problem.
I agree. Yeah.
That's your spouse problem. That's not your siblings problem. That's a you. If you feel bored, because that's very disrespectful to go ahead and have somebody who's fallen through a vow and somebody that's taking care of you and taking care of the family and got your back, to put the onus on them. That's a you problem. So Tia, go back to your man. Just go back. There ain't nothing out in these streets. These streets will eat you alive and leave you homeless.
Mm-hmm. She can be kicking with Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox 10 more years.
Yeah.
But all right, Wally.
Don't start with that. Don't start with that, Lisa Ray. I had enough brain damage on that one. Just seeing that list was bull. But let that go.
Wally, you know you're gonna go out with Lisa Ray.
Hell no. Crash cans on that list? I could get better. But no, let me let that go. But yeah, look, if you have herpes or any other sexually transmitted diseases, look, just be honest with people out there. Don't be trying to pass on just because, it ain't harmful or whatever it is. Just be honest. Just be honest, because you'll want someone to be honest with you and straight up with you about anything that they have that they could probably transfer to you. So be honest to other people and let people not have to see that part of their life. And as far as for Tia, hey man, look, everyone believes the grass is greener on the other side. Go out there and enjoy. Because when you finally wake up, you're gonna realize maybe you should have sit down with yourself and really sit down with your man and had those talks. Because apparently the number one thing between y'all two is y'all had a way of what y'all wanted to do or how y'all wanted to have the relationship, but you couldn't because you couldn't see eye to eye. Mm-hmm. And eventually you'll realize I need to see eye to eye because this ain't it. But hey, who knows? Much blessings.
Be on both knees and begging him for his forgiveness.
On these streets, there ain't nothing on these streets but fleas and ticks and piss.
Damn. Okay. But all right, man. My parting words is don't catch herpes. Be safe. You know what I'm saying? And as far as Tia, you better make some changes because I just honestly think she's feeling herself a little too much right now. And I think a lot of times people get confused because it's like, man, I feel bad because a lot of them dudes that's probably coming at her, man, they just want that notch on their belt of like knocking down a celebrity. So it's just like, man, I don't think it's going to work out on the long run. So it's just like, man, if you got somebody that's good already, you might want to reconcile that and make it work. Because it's about to be a little rugged, rough patch out there. And it's just like, man, when you start hitting 45, because I just turned 45, it's just like, man, time goes by. 5 more years, you can be hitting 50. And ain't nobody checking for no 50-year-olds. I'm sorry. Like,
Unless you go on Facebook.
Hey, as long as you got like a lot of money on your side, you'll be good.
Nah. But see, they ain't coming there for like genuine purposes. They coming there for like I said, either monetary gain. So yeah, she ain't gonna like that. Nobody want to be used deep down inside. So Yeah, you better hurry up and make them decisions before you hit that 5-0 because it's about to get real for you.
All right. Especially
but all
with
right, y'all.
pastor pimps out here.
Oh yeah, no, I forgot the pastor. Yeah, don't sleep with your pastor under 30 days. And it's like, hey, if you go on a date, ask what the hell they do. Like, that ain't too hard. That should be a question you should ask in the like first date. Like, hey, what do you do for a career, and all that type of stuff. But yeah, don't sleep with your pastor.
If you're in a relationship, go get tested together.
Yeah, that too. That works. But all right, y'all, we out of here. Peace.
All right, later.